I think Suzette and Kyle has something in common. Today's supposed to be day 3 of Kyle's juice cleanse, the last day of Kyle's juice cleanse. And today's supposed to be day 2 of Suzette's juice cleanse. And I think you're both having similar issues, I think.
We want food?
wait, so what happened to you on day 2, Suzette?
So, today's day 2.
Oh, today's day 2. Here's what happened to you day 1.
Day 1, I was kind of doing this on the down low because my old school Mexican mother I knew she would freak if she would find out that I was doing this juice cleanse. So I kind of didn't want to tell her, and I wanted to almost try to, I don't know, sneak by with telling her I ate, but not really. And I get home, and so she's preparing food, and I'm like, oh no, how am I gonna do this? So I told her, I'm gonna take a nap first, and then I'll eat after. And she usually tries to take a nap while I'm taking a nap, so that's when I was gonna tell her I ate. So I'm trying to lie to my mom because I'm so scared of her. So she ends up wanting to watch me eat, and I tell her about the juice cleanse. And she does not understand how that's healthy.
She wants to watch you eat.
yeah. She just wants to take care of me.
Take every single bite. Finish it.
She wants to make sure I'm good.
You're a grown woman.
And so I'm trying to explain to her, it has all the nutrients, all the vitamins. It's a meal replacement. I'll be fine. It's just for 3 days. I'm trying to cleanse my body. You saw me drink this weekend. You saw me eat all of that. It's going to be good for me. She was not having it. It got really bad. I can't remember the last time my mom and I fought this bad, where she was not speaking to me and not looking at me. So my mom, I'm so grateful that my mom is staying with us to help us with the baby, but I'm not sure if she's living with me or I'm back home.
Are you in my house or am I in your house? Who's in charge?
And you're in no position, depleted of all that food, to have a fight with anybody, because your brain's probably swimming in 55 directions.
Yes, and I'm feeling so weak. So there's just she runs the show. There's no winning. So we had a compromise, and I ate a salad.
So day 1, you ate a salad.
I ate a salad, but that's all I had. And she was not happy about it, but she was at least talking to me.
Okay, so today is supposed to be day 3, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
Today's your last day. So
Today's my last
how
day.
did day 2 go?
So yesterday, the first day was terrible. And yesterday I was feeling really good. I was I'm feeling good. But I just miss eating. I just miss the act of chewing something and making it and smelling it and tasting it. I don't know. And so I got home and I make my son lunch. And then I'm like, should I? No. So I got my juice out and I sit next to him. I'm like, but I kind of feel like I just want to share a meal with him. It's what we do. This is our bonding time. But I'm I could still do that with my juice. So I start drinking my juice and I'm you know what? Screw it. I'm out of here. I figured the first day was the actual cleanse for me. I know my body, everything came out. Okay.
And you start negotiating with yourself, right?
Yes.
You start bartering with yourself.
I literally had an
"I do
argument
this."
with myself, and I looked at Easton and he's 4. I'm do you think Mommy should make herself something healthy? Maybe I could just do some scrambled eggs or maybe just an egg, right? And he just looks at me can you turn on number blocks? And I'm okay, good idea. I'm going to go make an egg. That settles that, right? So I just made myself an egg. And
One egg.
and I was if I do the juice with the egg, I feel less bad about it for some reason. I'm having protein and the juice. What's wrong with that? Right? And no one's arguing with me, but I'm getting heated. And so I'm eating the egg. And it's every bite of the egg is so heightened. I'm I taste everything. I put a little of there's this everything but the bagel seasoning. I don't know if you guys are into that.
Yeah.
But I put a little bit of that on the egg. And I'm I taste every different seasoning. This is the best egg I've ever had in my entire life. And then I'm okay, but I have to sort of stay on it. So because I have all these juices, I order 3 days worth of stuff and I do not want them to go to waste. So I'm okay, I got the egg now. And then I had a juice while I was on my way to go get Addie from school. And then I had a sensible dinner.
Which was what? What was your sensible dinner?
I was just like salsa chicken, crock pot chicken It wasn't anything like crazy.
You're still ahead of the game. You did a
Yeah.
whole. So what about today? Today you're
So
doing.
today I'm doing like half and half, I think, because and then I think I might even bring it in tomorrow because I just don't want the juices to go to waste.
No,
so I'm like
that's
continuing
good.
like breakfast. Normally on an average morning I'll have like an English muffin. So today I had half of the muffin and half of the juice.
That's good. The juice cleanse.
And I'm kind of like easing myself back into food.
What I've learned about juice cleanse, you either can go 100% or you when you do a hybrid version like that, it's still good for you.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
still good. Yeah, so that's good.
But I
it is-
feel like
it
a
is
failure.
tough. No.
I felt like that too.
Oh man.
Yesterday, Suzette went to go open the studio door, and she was so weak, she just gave up and stood there.
Because she was hungover.
Like the first and the
That too.
second day of the juice cleanse, I think are the worst. But for me, like I'm still doing no caffeine because that was the whole point of it. So like I still haven't had any sort
Now,
of
that's
caffeine
impressive.
at all. And I'm gonna try to do that as long as possible. I don't know how long that will last, but
rough.
we'll see.
Along those lines, kind of like, so Rich's birthday was earlier this month, and for his birthday, I got him a session in the hyperbaric chamber because I enjoy the hyperbaric chamber. I go in these hyperbaric chambers. They're supposed to help you with healing, all kinds of stuff, right? And I mean, whether you're injured or not injured or anti-aging or whatever, it's just supposed to be really good for you. It's 100% oxygen. You're in this tank for 90 minutes. And when you're in this tank, they have it set up where you can watch Netflix or you can watch Amazon, right? Those
Nice.
or live TV. And so and Rich and I are going tomorrow, right? So after the show, we're going to go sit in our hyperbaric chambers together. And so yesterday, I was like, I kind of started stressing because I'm actually going today too. I'm going with my son today, and then I'm going to go tomorrow with Rich.
3 days in a row?
2
Okay.
today and tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'm like, I was like, I want to watch something. What am I going to watch? And I'm going through all the apps of what I can watch, and the only thing that is out there, and I really am not that excited to see, is Bridgerton season 2. Right? The only person I've heard say anything good about it is Kyle.
I really like it. I love it.
But it's like I don't know if this makes sense to anybody, but there's just nothing on TV right now. Now I know today on Disney Plus that new thing dropped,
Yeah.
Moon Knight,
Moon Knight.
right?
be good.
But they don't have Disney Plus on that at the hyperbaric chamber. So I'm like scrolling around. I'm trying to watch different things to see, can I get in this? Can I get in? And then so it looks like I'm gonna have to watch Bridgerton season 2.
Oh, what a bummer. Watch a good show.
I just can't.
Maybe you get into it.
There's just
I feel
something
like
about
once
it.
you start watching it again, like you reattach to the characters, and I really like all of the new characters that they've introduced. And I like by the way, there is a little bit of sexy time. So whoever said there was none,
There's
there
articles
is.
about how it's not. There's
It's
no
just
sex.
not
Well,
last
that's-
season was like almost embarrassing to be watching and someone walk in on you while
Oh,
you're
for
watching.
sure.
Well, that's what I mean.
It was a
That's
lot.
the comparison.
Like last
because-
season, I was like, I could do with a little less,
Right.
quite honestly. So
That's-
I'm not missing it this
Well, that's
season.
what I think the big shock is because that's what everyone was like, oh my God, are you watching these sex scenes in Bridgerton? And there's like articles about how season 2 has almost none, right? So, and I don't want to be in a hyperbaric chamber, all turned on
That'd be
with
kinda
Rich
weird.
next to me.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
Rich is like, I actually have something else tomorrow that I have to do.
Other plans.
I don't know what to expect. Like,
Richard! We lift it up
Richie,
through
that's
the
it.
glass. Are you watching this right now?
You're gonna do that anyway.